Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. Happy New Year, and in today's video I'm doing a DIY vision board using scraps. In this case I'm repurposing tissue paper and a gift bag. So for some strange reason, as I was recording this video, I was not capturing any of the audio, so there's no ASMR in this video, and there's not even the talking that I was doing during the video, so I'm just gonna have to redo the audio part, but you won't have the ASMR. I do apologize for anyone that was looking forward to that. So today I thought I would try to go ahead and repurpose the materials I received from Christmas gifts, such as these boxes from having clothes for my daughter and the tissue that paper that was inside, as well as this bag that I had from my stash of a bunch of gift bags. I save bags that have handles on them, especially ones that are made of this sort of like twisted twine and wire or something like that for the handles. I really like those. I thought I would go ahead and repurpose all of these. But today's focus in particular is to repurpose this gift bag. In a previous video, I showed you how you can make gingerbread gift bags. However, for this one, I have a different purpose for it. And I wanted to go ahead and try and Mod Podge some tissue paper to it. That way I repurpose it that way. And also, I'm going to give this bag a specific purpose. When I Mod Podge tissue paper, I want it very, very wrinkly, so I go ahead and scrunch it up a bunch of times and then undo it. Then I go ahead and rip it to smaller pieces just so that I can make it easier to work with. And I also want rough edges because I like the way that looks. I don't really like these pristine straight edges either, so that's why I'm ripping this in pieces. I should also mention that the color of the tissue paper really doesn't matter, because once I'm done Mod Podging it onto my bag and then let it dry, I'm actually going to go ahead and paint over it with my choice of acrylic paint. You can choose to do the same thing, or if you like the color tissue paper that you're using, then you can skip that part. And I know that there's plenty of decoupaging videos out there on YouTube, but just in case you don't actually know, I would just say that you'd want to put some Mod Podge on your surface first, and then also put the Mod Podge on top of the surface. It helps it to adhere very well and also gives it a seal. So my goal in actually covering up this bag is I want the entire surface of it to be covered in this tissue paper. I'm only doing one side though, and I'll explain why in a minute, but basically I'm going to just go ahead and cover up the entire bag. So while I was filming this video, I was actually too excited to wait for the bag to completely dry. So while it was nearly almost all dry, I started painting it. So I first started off with black chalk paint, and then once that dried, I went ahead and covered that with this purple metallic paint from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. Then once all that dried, I was looking at the edges on the sides and the bottom of the bag, and I was thinking about how I could leave it rough like that because I do like organic shapes, and I thought, well, but tissue paper could rip off or tear off or get flaky at some point. So I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and Mod Podge the edges to the sides of the bag. Then I thought I would go ahead and try to make my year 2025 for this bag to be at least looking kind of professional if I can. So I decided to use my letter stamp kit and the stamp pad and just ink it onto this scrap bit of purple ribbon that I used for my ribbon wreath that I did earlier, which will show up later this month. And anyways, I go ahead and basically stamp it onto the piece, and then I wanted to make it look a little bit rough, so I tried to peel off some of the pieces or edges so it has a rough edge. And because the bag is already purple, I go ahead and glue that onto two sets of this gold ribbon so that it looks like one piece of gold ribbon, and that way it has like a nice gold border. I thought that would be a really great to bring in the new year. So here I printed off these pictures over at Walgreens, and actually I created these images using images found on Canva, and then I arranged them into a photo. as like a collage. And these are the things that are my goals for this year or this coming year of 2025. And I'm hoping to try to manifest these into fruition because I just really want to get out of my 9 to 5 type job, to be honest with you. And even though the job is fine, it's been a struggle. I mean, I've been broke for the last 14 years, unfortunately. I probably should have started my channel a long time ago. But in any case, here we are, and here I am trying to make this basically like a vision board, but off of a bag. I haven't made a vision board since I think 2010, and honestly, like the funny thing is that I didn't end up keeping it for a personal reason, but I actually manifested a guy that looked exactly like a guy I selected off a magazine, which I was not intending to do, which is kind of funny. But I didn't want to keep that vision board because it didn't end well, and I didn't want to be reminded of that, so I decided not to keep that specific vision board. But in any case, I actually used a scrap bit of cardboard for that. This one, I'm using this bit of bag because that way I can hang it somewhere. So then I just try to play around and see where I want to place this piece, and I think I'm going to make it more of a tag to be attached to the top of the bag. I was considering Mod Podging the very top so that the glitter doesn't completely come off, but actually it's just kind of sprinkling here and there. It's kind of annoying, but if I put the Mod Podge on top, it won't be sparkling shiny anymore, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so now that the sound is working again, thankfully, I'm going to go ahead and finish off this project, hopefully. And I want to go ahead and glue these on. I'm just going to be simple and use hot glue, but basically I'm going to I'm not having any kind of strategy with this. I'm just going to place them. I like the purple in the background. I think it makes it pop more. Let me know what you think. But I love the metallic look of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on. So I'm not looking for perfection on how this is looking on here. I just wanted them kind of slapped on, if you will. But anyways, I thought I would go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to staple it up here, but I wanted to do a few things really quick with it. I thought it would be really cool to make sort of a quick ribbon. And actually, before I staple it on, I'm going to go ahead and glue a piece of this to the back, and then I'm going to make it kind of like this and then staple it, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and staple this to the top here. Okay. All right. That looks good. And then I will do a reveal right now. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And here it is hung up on the door. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.